Our Hot Spots magazine is celebrating Hot Spots magazine. We've done a few shots. I think.
Thinking about me growing.
Celebrating 38 years, and it's been documenting the LGBTQ plus lifestyle and is the spirit of our Hot Spots Queer Entertainment this week. And it's sponsored by the Broward Center for the Performing Arts. In the LGBTQ plus community, we always make jokes about size matters. When it comes to the Broward Center, size does matter.
Shower.
The Broward Center for the Performing Arts is the destination of choice for the LGBTQ plus South Florida community for spectacular entertainment in a large variety of performance venues. Broward Center ranks among the top 10 most visited theaters in the entire world, presenting more than 700 performances a year to more than 700,000 patrons. Broward Center is the home for LGBTQ plus entertainers, shows, Broadway national drag performance, LGBTQ plus choral events, and so much more. And Broward Center supports one of the world's largest gay communities of Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, and all of South Florida. They support that LGBTQ plus community and are nonprofits, unlike any theater in South Florida. And we are excited to tell you the upcoming shows the rich 2023 season has at Broward Center for Performing Arts and what they're going to bring to our LGBTQ plus community. And by the way, did you know surveys show that the LGBTQ community participates in live theater performances 2.5 times more often than our straight counterparts. And if it's wicked, 3.5 times. And that's why they are the sponsor of Hot Spots Queer Entertainment this week. Here we go. The producing teams between Call Me Mother, Gogo for the Gold, Camp Wanna-kiki, X-Rated NYC, and For the Love of DILFs are now bringing us a brand new series, and it's called Hometown Girls, Miami Dolls.
Yeah.
Overall, Miami Dolls is centered around the drag queens and trans women working at the iconic Palace Bar in Miami Beach. The new show follows Edna Mwah, Fantasia Royale Gaga, of course I know the name, Nicky Monet, Rasheeda Phox, and Tiffany Fantasia, who, by the way, has anchored here at Queer News Tonight. The show promises to highlight trans joy instead of trauma. That's a catchphrase for them. This new Daddy TV production is available exclusively on the OUTtv streaming service.
Welcome to Miami. If you're looking for a thrill, Palace is the spot. It's not just a drag show, it's an experience.
We are here to promote our show. It's called the Miami Dolls. They call me the Body.
In numbers, you make a difference. You have a voice.
It is a tough job to do.
I see many friendships break up over show.
Drama up the wazoo, honey. We need the show to go on.
Well, our Hot Spots Queer Entertainment headline of the week, New Miami Dolls, is the TV reality show that will celebrate Palace, South Beach, and a whole lot more. What do we think about this new show announced by Al?
I can't wait.
I am in like Flynn. That was
literally.
That was one of my favorite
mama.
drag shows that I ever saw was during Pride, and we just stopped there for like a random brunch. But the fact that there was inside and outside and the acrobatics in it, and the waiter was
Beautiful.
oh my God. Luke was there. I'm sorry.
You know, Tiffany Fantasia is an institution. And what I mean by that is she should be in an institution.
Is that she's
Old
old?
joke, Tiffany. One of the first times I ever saw Tiffany, and this comes from RuPaul experience, Tiffany elevated for me as a queen in the local environment. And this age old that's gone on for a decade of you're a RuPaul queen or you're a local queen, and why are you disrespecting our local queens? Tiffany Fantasia elevated because of her I believe she's the entertainment director at the Palace, but because of what she did in that show. She would be on that stage, which is really not a stage, it's really an elevation of steps of a walkway. And she would be doing a number, and all of these straight people would just be enamored with her. And then down she would come, and down she would come, and out onto Ocean Drive she would do, and stop the traffic. And Well, when I watched her do that for the first time, there was a double-decker sightseeing bus full of tourists in the afternoon, and the bus came to a stop, and no one said one word except run to the edge of the bus to watch it because it was so exciting. And I thought, bam, there's the value of drag, Tiffany Fantasia.
Yeah, and the bus now does it every chance it gets. It's become
The
like
girls
a
use the
staple.
bus. They
Yeah,
use it for
like
props.
there's no like exchange of money. They're like, we're going there and we're stopping because something's bound to happen. I think the show's gonna be great. I think some of it's gonna be scripted, but I know these girls. I've known Tiffany since I was like 18 years old. Like I know what she's worth. I've hired her in she's actually helped us start Gay Ocho Festival, and so I know that it's gonna be lit. I just find it a little cringe because I know them so well that I know that it's gonna be like, oh, like scripted, but some of it I think is gonna be pretty dynamic.
I think it's good. I mean, now I can see now why Tiffany took improv classes last year because no, really, like
But she
real.
makes the clips.
No, I'm being very serious.
But
No,
she
I'm
makes
being
the
very
clips,
serious.
so
I'm
yeah.
being very serious,
Shady-ish.
right? Because it all makes sense. Because like I hounded her forever to do it. Like I really did for years. I've known her. I'm like, oh my god, you should come to our theater and do improv. And then suddenly, villain theater, and then suddenly out of the blue, I was like, oh, okay, you're gonna do it now. But now it all kind of like,
it all
it all.
But that's how I met her. I met her in theater. Like she's been doing this for a minute. So like, and she's been in movies too.
Well, and Tiffany's what, 64, 66?
No, we are.
I don't know the dick size. I don't know the dick size. You don't know all of those things.
You know, another thing that I love about Tiffany
I don't know
Fantasia,
centimeters.
you know, I'm a news guy. I'm not an entertainment guy. I'm a news guy.
We know.
And I would, child. I'm just going to let that pass.
He said child.
Tiffany will has sat at Queer News tonight, and I'll make some of the silly kind of jokes that I make all the time. That's basically destroyed all of you tonight. And, and I'll make these jokes, and Tiffany is such a professional. I'm serious about this. I'm serious about this compliment. She'll cock her head. Yes. She'll roll her eyes. She'll smile like, oh, child, I would eat you like a guppy. And then she moves on. And it's like, damn, that was the shadiest, nastiest read. Whoop, you won.
All she has to tell is child, please. And you're like, oh,
Child,
sorry.
What
did I do wrong?
Her and Fantasia together, because Fantasia's all very quick. If anybody watched her on the Hot House series on the same network where she won, Fantasia's very funny.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is just off the cuff. And I think that's the thing about the girls here is that they are so well-rounded. Nicky Monet's the same way. They're very quick. Yeah. They're very funny. So it's not even going to be just like a regular reality show. They're entertaining.
I'm curious for the OUT platform. We're a big cheerleader for OUT television. They're a different path than we are in Hotspots and Happening Out. We're news and talk, and they're doing this kind of scripted, wink wink reality. Did you watch DILFs? Did you like it?
I haven't watched that one yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, see, there's the problem. That's the problem with the whole platform. And it's really the problem with all the LGBT platform. For some reason, our community doesn't think it's important until it gets onto Netflix.
Well, no.
No, it's OUTtv is not as big in the United States as it is in other places. Like in Canada, it's huge. Yeah. And Pride came here and did a little thing on Miami Beach or Miami Pride, basically. And I came out on it. And when it came out, I didn't even watch myself. Like the first thing you'd want to do.
But Canada has 20 million people. America has 370 million.
Yes,
people. So being big in Canada is like saying, well, I'm big in
but it is big for us, though.
Mississippi and Alabama.
Because Canada, though, in terms of Canada queer culture, a lot of them come here for their vacation.
And
a lot of them
come
come
in
to South
Toronto
Florida.
and Vancouver. It's like two places.
But I think that.
But that's like Fort Lauderdale and Miami or Palm Beach and Tampa.
Yeah, but we're not a country. We're just a little.
Yeah.
We might as well be.
All right.
For real. Well, listen, it's going to do great. They have all gone viral
That's
on their
what
own.
I'm asking. Do you think it'll be successful?
Oh, yeah.
We'll be talking about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I think it'll be. I think that show has the potential to be on for a long time, actually.
And one last question: what do you think about the trans storyline of the idea that it's pushing trans because at a time where trans is the quintessential attack point in America for the crazy? They're pushing it.
I think people forget like trans people are also artists and they're also entertainers, and people think that drag queens are really like, you know, cisgendered male, and they're not, and they deserve a place, and they're just as fun to watch.
Yeah.
So I think people are going to start kind of highlighting that aspect as well.
I think that's good marketing to say that you're really going to focus on the joy, but if it's going to be a show that is all based in reality, it's got to show the struggles that happen.
No,
every day.
I think it is going to, and I think that this show to me is very important right now, especially because we need more stories that humanize the trans experience in front of people.
I'm just curious in terms of your crystal ball's projections. You know, I have absolutely no idea. So I ask this question in all seriousness because I have absolutely no idea. Do you think that they'll focus in storyline of sex work that many trans entertainers have to turn to? Do you think?
I think it will come up.
Do you agree with that?
I don't think it will come up.
No? It'll be interesting. Of course, we're watching and we're cheering all of you.
Yes.
And it's great visibility for our community. Congratulations.
Yay, sis.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Lara are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.